Welcome to the BuiltOnAir podcast, the variety show for all things Airtable. In each episode, we cover 4 different segments. It's always fresh and different, and lots of fun while you get the insider info on all things Airtable.
Yeah, so can you share with us how this AirWP sync works?
Yes. Can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, how does it work? Just like other plugins in WordPress. So once you have downloaded and activated, you have an interface here. And the major feature, what is really important to understand in this plugin, is that AirWP Sync is using the API of Airtable to make the synchronization between WordPress and Airtable. And how does it work? It's working thanks to connections. For the example, now I'm going to present a simple use case with a job board. So in Airtable, I have my database with all of my job, all of my vacancies. So I have a lot of information: job name, company, the logo, the type, etc. And what I want to do is to synchronize all of this info in my WordPress. So for that, I have a connection. There are 4 steps in a connection. First, the settings. As I said before, to communicate between WordPress and Airtable, we need to use the API. So for that, we have what we call a token, and that we can find in your Airtable account. Once you're connected in your Airtable account, you have a space called.
We had to change this part when they decide to migrate from API key to access token.
Yes.
I was going to ask which path you went with, and access tokens.
We released the first version of AirWP Sync in August 2022, and free version, so with the API key, and we wanted to release the pro version in January 2023, and Airtable announced the token in December, I think, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to stop the development and to integrate in the first version the access token, because we didn't want to change it in 2023. So
Yes. So
I think they know you go for the token. That's okay.
Yes. That's. I think that for now we are using the token because the API is not the API key is not supported by Airtable. So once we have created our token, we can put it in the connection, and then I can say the connection is established. So we have all of our bases, and once I've selected my bases, so this one, I can find my tables. So the one I want to use is the job board. Then I can select also the views and filter by formula. What is really important by these 2 features is that the view, I don't know, maybe if I have another view with only a permanent contract, I can create a view and only synchronize permanent contracts. And I can also make it by the formula here.
Mm-hmm.
We will add the filters in the next release, the filter and the filter group.
Yeah.
It will be easier for user to filter directly in the connection.
Yes.
That's very nice.
Yeah, because, as you said before in all of your reviews, sometimes a formula, as we can say, on LinkedIn, I think it was Jimmy that was saying that sometimes the formula could be a little bit tricky in Airtable. So we are going to make it easier for all of our users. So the first step is where my data come from. Then how can I import it on WordPress? So all the post type and all of the feature of WordPress. And then coming the field mapping. So for example, my job name is going to be corresponding to the title of my job, and I make it for all the fields that I want to import in WordPress. And finally, I have my synchronized settings, so I can select my strategy. So add, update, and delete, add, update, and just add. It means that the strategy, add, update, and delete, if I delete a post on Airtable, it's going to be deleted on WordPress. And I can trigger manually recurring, so I can choose how often I want to be the sync to make. And also via webhook, as you know, in Airtable, you can launch trigger a webhook thanks to the scripts. So once I have synchronized my my posts, I have all the list here. That is the same I have here. And then on the front end, so it means on the website that all the user can see, I have all the posts. So it means that I really can create a job board, but you can imagine a lot of use case. You can manage your blog on Airtable. You can manage everything. If you have
directories, for example, as well.
Yes, exactly.
We have a lot of clients who are running directories websites, so it's easier for us to use Airtable, for example. Yeah, or even events as well.
Yes,
events and real estate. We have a lot of real estate clients that run their business on Airtable.
Yes, exactly. And why they are using also that is because once my data is imported in WordPress, I can use it many ways. And for example, now I'm using Elementor. Elementor is a page builder on WordPress, but it means that once your data is in the CMS, you can use it as you want. If you want to put it in a single page, if I just want to use this or that, I can select and pick exactly what I want. And that is really important because for my single page now, I can display the salary, the type of the contract, and all of the informations that are in my Airtable. All of this info that I can see here have been imported into the WordPress.
The difference with the previous plugin, I don't know if you knew it, AirPress. The difference is that we import the content in WordPress. We do not call the data in Airtable. So we import and we synchronize. So we get better in for the performance. And as Hugo say, once the data is in WordPress, you can manipulate the way you want to display it on the front end.
It's better for SEO as well, probably, because you could be crawled by, different search engines because it's permanently there rather than only on page load.
Yes, totally.
Exactly. That's a really good thing that you talked about SEO. I think that's Stefan wanted to say is that the plugin supports 80% of the SEO plugins, the major plugin of SEO on WordPress. So it means SEO Press, Yoast SEO, SEO Key, and
Rank Math and all-in-one SEO. Yeah, we have a full compatibility with the four major SEO plugins. So you can manage your SEO in Airtable, and you can map the meta. Hugo will show you, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. The metadata, the meta description, the Facebook description, the meta title, the slug. You can even manage the slug of your URL. You can the Twitter description, and of course the meta description and the meta title. And this for Yoast, all-in-one, Rank Math, and SEO Press, who are the four major SEO plugins. So you can have your content in Airtable, and you can have your SEO data, your SEO SEO content who is related to your content in the same table.
Amazing. So while we're on this page, I just want to point out several things that I like about the setup. One, each connection seems like it could have its own access token. And with personal access tokens, you can define very specific scopes in Airtable. So only give it read and write access to this base for this token and give a different token to a different base. So full control over, how much each of these imports sees. I like the usability of drop downs of the base and table and view because you're reading the API to get that information rather than having someone put in the base ID and the table ID. It's just very good for usability. And then
Thanks
I
to
love
the so sorry. Thanks to the metadata.
I love that you can import not just as posts, but other, what are they, taxonomies in WordPress?
Yeah, taxonomies, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And then different post types and defaults, and then the field mapping, which you just explained, which includes things like the metadata properties, not just like custom fields that you might add. So yeah, I agree with Frank. Not having to constantly call Airtable is huge. This sounds great. And I'm what I call a survivor of WordPress. I used to use WordPress. I started in WordPress and no longer use it personally, but this makes it feel vastly more usable.
Yeah.
Yeah. We think so too. And thank you for your words, Camille. What we wanted to do is really we listened to our users, and we obviously had some functionalities with the life of the plugin. So the plugin has 1 year old now, 1 year and a half. So we are the version 2. So we had as well the possibility to create user. Hugo just show you. You can create user in Airtable as well. So
Amazing.
you have as well this possibility, and you can also, if you want, create post type and create custom field as well directly in the plugin. So really, I think you have really full control on your content management here.
Yeah. It really is amazing because the platforms that took off, like Softer being one of the big ones, the main advantage it had was tying directly into Airtable, so you could use Airtable as your back end. But now you have all the power of WordPress and all the other plugins that you want to use, but still use, because admittedly, like I still use Airtable or WordPress for several of my sites. I hate going into the back end, and it's slow and it takes long for page loads to manage all the posts. So being able to do all that in Airtable and syncing it over is really a game changer of being able to manage all your content and everything in Airtable.
Yeah, and especially with this new no code generation, we strongly believe that it was the right move to have the power of the two words, which are not two words at the end, but who are really complementary. So we work for that and we want to improve as well the UX UI here, because this is really the first version of this admin of the plugin. For the WooCommerce, we totally redesigned the interface. It will be really more accessible and beautiful and easy to have. We have ideas as well of like templates. We think to make bundles, for example. Imagine you can download Airtable template with the plugin and with the configuration already done with a JSON file or XML file. I don't know. But you can just in one click install the full ecosystem. We think as well to maybe have front end templates with WordPress, so you will have the total control of your front, your sync tool, and your back in Airtable. So the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, there's a lot. We'll have to have you back on when maybe showcase WooCommerce and whatnot. So exciting stuff. Thank you for sharing, Stefan and Hugo. Awesome.
Thank you.
And they can find you wpconnect.co. Is that correct?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Thank you.